Hey y'all, I know I look terrible. Don't even worry about what I'm looking like. Just just bear with me. Just listen to what I'm saying. I need to talk to y'all. So, I don't remember if I told y'all how the series of events have gone down, but it's been a rough 24 hours. So prior to these 24 hours, we found out that my brother was like still sick. He's still throwing up like crazy, and I'm looking like I don't understand. So since I wasn't gonna have access to Crystal Alkaline Doula to ask her which specific teas I would be able to administer to my brother, I had to wait until 9 a.m. yesterday. So as of right now, y'all, it is 8 a.m. The next day, so Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, whatever. I call them. They tell me which teas I needed to mix that'll help settle his stomach and all this other stuff. I said, okay, I got both of them. Good. Um, one of them was in the house, and one of them was at work. So I made the one that was in the house, which still should have been great because it just so happened to be the same exact one that I made for my daddy. So I'm like, okay, it'll be all right. So when I made the tea, I made sure it was cooled off and all the other stuff. I told my brother, hey, as you're drinking and sipping, trying to keep it down, if you can drink it, then drink it. And if you can't, if nothing else, at least put some of this on your face and on your stomach, on your arms, all this other stuff so that it can absorb into your skin or whatever, right? And I told him that I'm gonna go to the office, get my tea, and in a couple of hours I would be back. And in between the last tea that he would have for the day, because you could only drink her teas twice a day, that I was gonna make him a foot soak. And so I gave him 4 bottles of my spring water, and I told him, just drink this. You can't eat nothing right now. You ain't be able to hold nothing down, so just try to just drink the water or whatever, right? Well, I left out, went to go get my stuff from work. The woman at work vented me because everything in the world had popped off at work. She's there by herself. Like, she's actually supposed to be there by herself. And normally nothing is going on. So I had already given her a heads up because I didn't want her to be, thrown off that I appeared. So I was like, hey, I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm gonna be coming up there. What I'm gonna do, is just gonna take like a minute or two. I'm gonna just be in and out, right? So that's what I told her. So she was like, oh, that's fine. I'm really busy. It's really busy here. So I probably won't even see you. So I was like, okay. Got in there. She was in the office. She wasn't out doing other stuff or whatever. So then she goes on to vent to tell me about what was happening. So at the time, I'm not aware of what's going on. Um, so she's telling me everything that's going on. Y'all, I can't even tell y'all the way I was gonna tell y'all the story until like things die down, if I even tell y'all, because it's just like I just kind of try to make light or make a situation less heavy than what it is. But anyway, I talked to her and we talked for a good little while, and then I left back out. I'm trying to beat the rain because I know it's supposed to rain, and so I'm like, okay. So I go out and go get my birthday gift, which is right here. I don't know if I'm gonna show y'all, but it's a birthday gift. I was told that I had to spend this money on me, so I bought it. And I had to buy it and actually do a gift, not know me spending it on a bill and go towards a bill or something. So I was like, okay, cool. It is what it is. So I went and found my gift. And so now I'm done. Like, I literally don't have nothing left to do but go home. So I am sitting in a parking lot for like 30, 45 minutes. The Lord is so funny because I was just sitting there like, why am I sitting? I'm really saying to myself, why am I sitting there? I could have been home. And it ain't raining at the moment. It had already rained on and off. Like, it sprinkled for a little while and then it stopped. Then it like rained for like a few minutes and then it like completely stopped. So I'm just like, why am I sitting here? So then my sister texted me and asked me, was I working that day or was I at work? I said no, and I was confused by it. So all I said was no. Like, I don't understand why she asked me that. So then she came back again and was like, where are you? I'm saying to myself, out and about to head home. Why? So she needed me to come pick her up and take her to her vehicle. And I was like, okay. So I told her, well, I'll be there shortly. So I met her, and while we're on our way going back to her vehicle, I tell her that my brother has been throwing up violently because she had mentioned something about, oh well, I'm gonna follow you home. I said, huh? I said, what you gonna follow me home for? What you talking about? So she was like, I gotta give your mama something, whatever, whatever. See, they've been trying to be secretive about something that I'm like, I already know about it. Like, I don't understand why it's a secret. Anyway, so she was like, oh well, I'm not coming to the house. Y'all not about to get me sick. I was like, it's not even like that. I told her I think that they have or have all had a food poisoning, and that was it. So I was like, look, I'm gonna call mom. So we ended up getting on the phone with our mama, and so I don't know how I missed that part of the conversation, but she said that my brother was in the hospital, and so I was like, why? And so she was like, look, let me tell you something. And so my sister already knew where my mom was going with it when she said it like that. And so she was like, she like kind of started finishing my mama's sentence like it was a funny moment, right? Where she was like, your daddy and your brother are very dramatic. When they get a little bit of pain or a little bit of discomfort, they don't want to feel it at all, and they just it ain't it ain't what it need to be, and they just don't like that. Like my daddy can have a regular cold, and as strong as my daddy is, and as like my daddy is everything, but when he's sick, I have seen him with a regular like baby cold, and it's like it really is funny when you hear people say how a lot of men are like babies when they get sick. It's so funny. That's literally them. Apparently, I don't know. I've seen my daddy like that, but yeah, it's crazy. So I'm like, oh okay. So I get my sister back to her vehicle. We start talking. She done got in her truck. I'm in my car. And we just talking. It starts to rain or whatever. So we still talking. And now she's telling me about the secret, and I'm just saying to myself, I don't understand why y'all being secretive about this. I already know, whatever. And it's a situation where um she it's a situation that I was just like, girl, ain't nobody got time for this. Like, y'all, you worrying about this and that. And I told her, you ain't gotta worry about this. Like, I'm encouraging my sister because, like, contrary to popular belief, I believe in my sister. I love my sister. I love the things that have happened for her because life is amazing, and she deserves everything that has happened for her and all of that. So I don't know if it's coming from a place of not wanting to show what is going on in her life, or making it seem like, oh well, you the big sister and you ain't got that. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, I ain't no hater, so what in the world? Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I didn't want to be nasty and blow my nose on camera. um but so yeah, y'all, it's a lot. um so I end up leaving, and oh yeah, so then my mama ended up saying, well, it's okay. It ain't even, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, whatever. They probably gonna pump his stomach and then give him some fluids and then send him back home. And so I went and was running little errands, got me a little something to eat. Then my mama ended up calling me, and then she asked me to get her something to eat. So I was like, okay, because she hadn't had no food. I didn't even think about that. I'm just so used to my brother and my daddy doing everything and kind of not letting me do nothing that I just didn't think nothing of it. So I got her something to eat, brought it home, and we started getting all of these calls. So I had already asked my mama, was she good? I keep coming in there asking her, she all right. Well, every time we look up, the phone ringing and they updating us about my brother. So now they're saying that he has gallstones and that he's gonna have to have surgery. So she on the phone trying to calm my brother down and was like, well, it's okay. I've had him before, and It's not as bad as it used to be when it comes to the surgery and all that stuff or whatever. And, it's not going to be that bad. Trying to calm him down, right? So then she get off the phone. Because I hear her say she going to tell me, my sister, and my aunt. And so I'm looking like, okay, what's happening? So she called out for me. Because y'all know she's paralyzed. She calls out to me. And I was like, what's going on? So she told me that they are going to um, perform the surgery on him. So I was like, okay. So then we get another call. They can't do the surgery here in Montgomery, so they gonna send him to UAB in Birmingham. So I'm looking like, why y'all gotta drive or fly him there for the surgery? Okay, anyway, I don't know. So they make it seem like it's finna happen like pretty much today, within the next couple of hours or whatever, right? So then I'm like, okay. Then we get another phone call. Oh, well, we can't send him now because he has a really terrible infection. So we're going to keep him now. We're admitting him here, and he is going to have to stay here. And so they're running antibiotics through him and all of that. And they've given him morphine because he was in excruciating pain, I guess, from the stones. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay. So now a plan has been devised where because we don't want him to be up there by himself, my sister and my daddy are gonna take turns. My sister is like closer to the hospital than all of us, and so I'm working. Even though my sister worked too, she has the option to work from home. All this other stuff. Like, I just don't have the luxury of anything anymore like I used to. But my sister does. So she's actually about to relieve my daddy at 9. If y'all hear my stomach growl, excuse me. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but I'm starving. But they want somebody there all the time. And so my daddy slept there overnight. I don't remember if I told y'all in the other video or not, but the night that he had been up all night throwing up and all that stuff, Friday night into Saturday, my daddy was like in my brother's room, like sitting in a chair or sitting on his bed. Wherever my brother was at, my daddy was in the opposite position. So I just heard him talking. Like, I don't know if he was praying over him or what. He was just talking the whole time. But my brother wasn't saying nothing because that's how bad he was feeling. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I was up all night because I'm worried too, because I don't like for anybody to be sick. But at the same time, I felt helpless because I didn't know which teas I needed to give him. So anyway, y'all, so prior to us even finding out what even was wrong with my brother, they said that the hospital was packed out. It was so bad that initially they sat there for 3 hours before anybody would see him. And even then, he had sat there for 3 hours. Nobody would see him. He was in excruciating pain. And so he had called my mom. Was like, I've been sitting here all this time. I'm hurting. They won't see me. I can't take it. He's making it seem like the pain is unbearable. So my mom was like, well, if you don't want to wait anymore, go ahead and go to one of the little Pri-Med type situations. I don't know what they call them now, but apparently they've changed the names of them. So they're like the little express, like little places or whatever, and just pay a fee. And so they were like, all right. So my daddy took them. My daddy ended up calling my mama and telling her that they said that they can't see my brother because whatever going on with him, they're not going to be able to get the scans. I don't know what in the world. I don't know. So they said they couldn't do it because they needed scans. So they told them they had to go back to the hospital. So they done went back to the hospital. So eventually they get a bed for my brother to be in the actual hallway. Hallways are jam-packed full of people sick. I'm just like, what in the world? Why is the hospital jam-packed anyway? Like, Lord have mercy, why? Anyway, so they end up doing that, and now we know that he has gallstones. So they just got him full of morphine and pumping antibiotics through him. I have no idea when they are going to actually send him off, because they had already made plans with my little cousin that I told y'all about, whose mom and her aunt passed away, right? And the way they were going to do it was whether my father drove there or he was in the ambulance. I think my father was going to trail the ambulance there. And as needed, they were going to take a break before getting back on the road and just sleep at the house because literally there's nobody at the house anymore. Both of my aunts passed away. And so the house was basically my cousin's now. So, um, they coordinated with my cousin, and she was like, "Of course, because we've given her so much support throughout the years, and even up until her mama and her aunt, which is my aunt as well, passed away." And y'all excuse me, I'm just very sleep deprived right now. And so they had to call her back and tell her that plans changed because she was kind of like letting them know, like, "Hey, I'm letting you know, yeah, y'all can come and do whatever y'all need to do." And because it's just too much going on, and just making it easier so that my daddy does not have to pay for lodging and all this other stuff. And so yeah, I guess we'll get some more updates when my daddy come home. Did somebody text me? No. But it's just a lot going on, y'all. I'm so tired. Then so I started going over everything in my mind. I'm just like, okay, my brother was essentially taking care of my mama and my daddy. Even though my daddy does take care of himself, my brother was cooking the meals for both of them to eat. Okay? So they were relying on him for that. And taking him to my daddy to doctor's appointments and other stuff. Most recently taking him for him getting his eyes dilated for this eye surgery my daddy about to get. My daddy's losing his hearing even though he don't want to admit it or want to accept it or whatever, and it's just too much going on. So I am stepping into the role of the caregiver now. So last night was my first time doing anything like major, so to speak, because my daddy was always like running, jumping, skipping, hopping, because he really wholeheartedly believes in his vows, for better or for worse. My daddy told them people off rip when everything happened to my mama. My wife come first. Forget all this, and he ain't getting people explanation. That's why the people set it off and decided, like, wait a minute, where he at? And asked for our address and popped up at our house looking for my daddy. Like, come on now, y'all doing the most. But my daddy don't play by my mom. My daddy don't play by my mama at all, and that's why when I've experienced the things that I've experienced when it comes to dating and relationships, I don't understand it because I've seen love, dedication, all of that. Ain't been no foolishness, and whenever they've had fights, they've been non-existent, stupid. Who left the top off? You left the top off the toothpaste type of fights. It ain't never been no foolishness. Ain't never cussing each other out. It ain't never been nothing serious enough to even think of a divorce or separation or nothing else. So I know what love look like, real black love look like. Um, so I said that because I went over in my mind everything that's going on, and like it's okay. So this is the plan that has been devised right now. I'm pretty sure it's about to be updated by the time my daddy get home and before I go to sleep tonight. In the mornings before I go to work, I'm gonna have to go empty out whatever the container is that my mother's bladder is emptied into, right? Um, and clean it out and then reconnect it and all that stuff. Then when I get home, I have to do certain things or whatever too. Make sure she good. So and it's because we don't know how long this situation gonna be when my daddy gonna be away from the house. Dealing with my brother. So of course I'm the only one at the house with her right now. The dog can't do nothing. Child, when I tell you I forgot about the dog. So I done got my mama squared away last night. And I'm like, I'm literally in the middle of almost being done with my mama. I'm getting her drink and stuff ready for her because I have to transfer it into another container for her to be able to actually drink out of it, right? The dog just the whining. I'm like, Ella, I'll be there in a minute. Calm down. Like she whining down. I'm like, what's wrong with you, child? My mom was like, well, I don't know. She might need to go to the bathroom. And then like everything started hitting me. I'm like, dang, she probably do gotta go to the bathroom. I don't know if she got no food in her bowl. I don't know if she got no water. Y'all, I went up there, she done ate all her food down, all her water gone. So I let her outside so she could use the bathroom. I filled up her bowl. She ate the whole bowl. She had drank a lot of her water. Um, she actually likes to eat our food, and then when all else fails, she'll go eat her food. But she ate all her food this time. Um, so yeah, so I gotta take care of them and the dog. Oh yeah, I'm so tired. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot. I just told my friend in various little voice messages so that she knows that I can't stay after work and work out for right now. Um, Last night I reached out to the guy who I told y'all about, who he's really cool and I like him or whatever. We both are single, and I told this man, I was like, "There's a lot going on right now, and I don't know when you're gonna be able to see me." So, to make a long story short, there's a lot going on. So go ahead and go do whatever you're gonna do, cause I ain't got nothing for you, right? Man, that man did not want to hear nothing that I was saying, and that man. I'm scared to even tell y'all. I'm scared to tell y'all what this man said to me. But anyway, just know that he ain't trying to hear all that, and politely asked to see me, and so he ended up talking to me on um, FaceTime or whatever you want, video call. Um, as if I didn't tell him, go ahead and just go live your life, do whatever you gonna do, cause I got too much going on right here. Like, I'm the main caregiver right now. He didn't want to hear none of that. He didn't want to hear none of that I was saying, y'all. Like, I've literally, y'all, I done took out like 3 braids. By the time I cut my hair, cause I cut the ends off, y'all, I had taken out like 3 braids, and that's it. And then my mama called me and was like, I need you to go up there and take your daddy some food. So I had already came in, had beat the rain, all that stuff, y'all. I'm talking about, I had cut my hair and it just started to take my hair down. Because, yeah, I'm being the old me right now. So I was like, I want something for my birthday. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing else, so let me do this. That's what I'm saying to myself. So I'm just gonna switch my hair up. Child, I don't even. Now I feel crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna have the strength to do nothing to my hair. I'm gonna try to find it because I go to work tomorrow and I want my hair completed. And what I gotta do, it's like, I think the prep, me taking these out and detangling my hair is the majority of the work. But yeah, I don't know. I'm about to get ready to start cooking breakfast for them because, like I said, my daddy, he about to come home so I can get him some sleep. I don't think he's gonna stop nowhere and get nothing to eat. So, and I want my parents to eat at the same time. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in there, get their food going, and then when I'm done with that, hopefully he'll be here and I can serve them breakfast, and then um start back taking my hair down. They already had some stuff they purchased for Super Bowl Sunday, and so I gotta figure out what that is, and so I'll probably just cook that for them, and that'll be what they eat for lunch and dinner today. Anyway, y'all pray for us. I'm so exhausted.